From an engineer who briefly floated in the seas of the corporate world to the visionary who excelled in the startup universe, Krishna developed the art of building, experimenting, and rebuilding. This artistry helped him establish himself as the pioneer in the world of professional upskilling. Krishna is a landmine of stories, experiences, and insights. And he believes everyone has a story. On Simplilearn's very own homegrown podcast, As Simple as That, Krishna will be donning the hat of a podcaster, conversing with learners, industry leaders, business partners, and anyone who has insights to share. In this episode, Krishna will be chatting up with a gritty Simplilearn learner, Pragya Patel. Starting out as a developer, Pragya pivoted to the cybersecurity space solely through the power of her own curiosity. Her upskilling decision paid off well and translated into a new job with a solid hike. Pragya spills out some secrets on how she made this happen and a lot of other interesting insights. So, let's dive right in.
Hello everyone, welcome to As Simple as That. Today we are going to speak with Pragya Patel. Pragya is a Simplilearn learner and there is much more to her personality than just being a Simplilearn learner. So I will let Pragya introduce herself, and as we go through this conversation, we will discover various aspects of her personality, her career, and life in general that we can relate to. So Pragya, over to you.
Hello Krishna, nice meeting you and thank you for having me. So I'm basically from Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh, and I have done my schooling and bachelor's from here, Jabalpur. And then after completing my bachelor's, I moved to Mumbai and I started my career as a developer there. And after working for 2 years as a developer, I switched to cybersecurity domain. And currently I'm working as a cybersecurity and compliance analyst.
Thank you, Pragya. Thank you for summarizing your life story in such a nice way. So first, help me understand. Right now, also, are you in Jabalpur?
Yeah, currently I'm working from home.
Got it. So, are there family members who are also working as part of the tech industry in your family, or you are the first one who decided to do bachelor's and get into the tech industry?
I was the first one, but my sisters, they are also now working in the tech industry.
So they came after you. So they saw you and then they also decided to do it.
Yeah, they are younger than me.
Got it. So when did you decide? Like after your schooling, you're very clear that you are going to become an engineer and try to work, get into the tech industry, or some event in your life you saw someone in your like neighborhood or someone in the family that became your role model, and that's where you decided to pursue this path?
Yeah, of course. I was always up to date with the news and what's going around. So I think that was the motivation I took this career.
Got it. So, Pragya, what I have seen, especially about North India parents and in general North India like mindset, that most parents want their like girl child to become doctor. This has been like I saw this trend in my family, I saw in my wife's family, I also saw in extended our community or society that we used to live in. So, was there no such pressure that okay, why do you want to go get into engineering and tech, because that's mostly dominated by male, which has changed now. I'm sure the metrics and tech industry is now very different compared to what it used to be 10, 15 years back. So there was no as such discussion in your family that do medicine that suits you as a lady better than engineering?
Krishna, my father himself is a civil contractor. He's a civil engineer. So yeah, my parents did discuss this with me when I was about to choose the subjects that what I was going to take. And so I said them that I wanted this field. I want to be an engineer and not doctor. And they supported me, yeah, because given I have my own father as a civil contractor.
So how did you get into TCS? That was your first job. So you got into TCS through a campus placement, or it was an out of campus placement?
It was an out of campus placement. I think they had that off campus placement twice or thrice. That time, I think it was twice. I'm not sure. I gave the test and I got selected. That I got into the interview, and that's how I get into TCS.
Got it. Good. See, people get into comfort zone very fast. Like being from Jabalpur, small place, first in the family, completing engineering, getting a job in TCS, very well known. Everybody wants to work for Tata. Like I know in North India, doing a job in Tata is as good as working for a government. So there's a lot of respect associated with being in a stable job and so on. And then they're taking proactive approach of reaching out to others, figuring it out that, okay, can I move from this project to another project, is not very natural. Most people, what they do, okay, let me first relax, enjoy this current role, right? And then we'll think about what comes to me on its own. But you got your first break as a fresher from outside campus. That's a good achievement. Then once you are in the job, you have started working, then getting this bug that, okay, now I'm not satisfied. I'm not happy with where I am. I can do more. There was something that really triggered you, right? Because there's always a trigger, right? People get comfort zone very soon. So how did you navigate that challenge, that engineering complete, first job, once in the first job, trying to get into something else that is not given to me, but I want to go and grab that another opportunity?
Krishna, I was always excited and I was always curious about cybersecurity. And I knew that I have to do something in the cybersecurity field itself. But I got the job and I said to myself, okay, let's see how this job goes. And once I was in the job, I took a little bit time to adjust, but then I realized that this is not my thing. And I was always thinking back in my mind while doing my job as a developer that something is not right. I'm not in the correct place. This is not where I belong. So I talked to many people in the organization. There are many great people, very helpful, very courteous. And I talked to the like-minded people who are in cybersecurity, who are the leaders, who are working there, who are running a team. And I told them that I am working as a developer and I want to switch. I want to change. What would you suggest? Many of them helped me. Many of them told me what to do. So I started gathering all the information. I started doing online courses, online trainings over the internet. And then I asked to change me into something into cybersecurity. But then it was also a difficult part to change it because they generally don't release you easily. It took me almost 1 year to change it. And in that time span, I was in constantly touch with the new team which I was going to join. And they helped me. They told me, do these testings, this will be helpful for your future in cybersecurity. I was in constant communication with my new security team that I'll be going to join. And then when I joined it, I saw a great difference in the environment. It was extremely good. The people were very courteous, very helpful, and they showed me how the things are done and they taught me many things.
So now that you moved from to your kind of project that you wanted to do, people learn on the project. You wanted to work in cybersecurity, you have seniors, you have team lead, you have managers, you have so many different experts who become part of a real project, right? And people learn a lot by working with people who have already done the same work for so many years, right? And plus cybersecurity, again, like any technology field, is fast evolving. Newer things come every other day. And a real project, you need to work on all those real things. So you already we were going through so much of learning in real time. What was the need for you to decide that, okay, while I'm doing it, while I'm learning it, maybe I should do something else also to acquire more knowledge? What was the trigger for that?
When I started with the course, I was still in the developer role. So
okay, so you started taking a cybersecurity course while you're still a developer, not a cybersecurity team. So when you started applying for the cybersecurity role, did you mention to those respective project leads that, look, I'm a developer, but I have an interest in cybersecurity and I'm also doing a course. So hence you should also consider me for a role. Did you mention them, or applying for the
yes, I
cybersecurity role?
did.
You didn't do them? Okay.
No, I did. I did not left any of the chance to show them that I'm passionate about what cybersecurity and not what I'm doing right now. So yeah,
Got
I
it. So you
told
did
them.
mention that I'm doing a course on completely on my own. It's not funded by the company. I have decided and taken this
Yes,
initiative. So that shows that I'm
yes.
really interested. So that's a good point. So I think that can be a good message to others, because there are so many people who get into these large companies, and I see that majority of them are not happy with what they're doing. They're doing it because it pays you monthly salary, and of course we need to earn money to survive. But I see people complaining a lot about their current role, their current managers, their current clients. There's so many. When I connect with them in some of my offline connect, I see them, they are unhappy, but they don't think that they can do anything about it. So your story is a good example that if you're not happy with what you're doing, you should make a proactive effort of trying to get into areas that might give you more excitement. And good news is that all these big companies have all kinds of work going on. It's not that they do only one work. They're so large that everything that you can think of, they're doing it. It's just that you need to be part of those projects that interest you, right?
Yes, absolutely. 100% people feel stuck in their jobs. And yes, there are lots and lots and lots of technologies, lots of tools in these big companies, you just have to do your own research. You don't want to be in your comfort zone and sit there for your life. You want to get out of it, and you want to do research. You want to reach out for the people who are interested in and communicate with them and try getting the project which you are really interested in.
So tell me about your friends. Like you must have a lot of friends who became part of your school, college. Again, many of them are working in companies. Some of them are doing well. Some of them are not. Some of them are in that bracket of doing something that they are not liking. Have they reached out to you to speak with you that how did you get into area that you wanted to get in? What has been your advice? What has been your peers experience, both within the family peers as well as your classmates who are still very young and into different roles?
Yeah, many people reach out to me in person also, and most of them are over LinkedIn that I want to do this. I want to pursue cybersecurity. What steps can I take? And I always guide them that if you're a beginner, start with Linux, start with networking, and try to apply, try to be very active, try to write articles every month, bi-monthly, every week, whatever is your pace, keep going. Just don't sit, don't get very comfortable where you are. Get up and do things.
Yeah, that's really, really great to know. Now let's talk about this journey that you got your first break in TCS as a first-time job seeker, as well as your dream job of cybersecurity. Then you did a program. So we'll talk about the program later on as we speak further. But when you decided to move on from TCS, how was the experience? Like, at what point of time you decided that, okay, I learned enough here, but there's an opportunity for me to move on to another company and apply what I've learned and maybe also get a growth in my compensation and my designation possibly.
Yeah. While working as a associate analyst in TCS, I started applying for other companies where I can upskill myself, and I came to this opening in my current company, and I right away applied to it. And I can see in the description what they have mentioned. It was very much aligning with what I want to do. I see there are many challenges which I would like to pursue if I would be selected in the company. So this is how I go there. It's just the hunger of upskilling yourself and not satisfying with what you have right now.
Got it. So while you upskilled, you had this hunger, you went to do a new role, all that is great. You also got a very good salary hike, what I see in the note that sent by the Simplilearn team. So how was the impact on your current co-workers? Because there are many others also like you in your current project, right? And when they saw that, okay, you did a course and you got another job at a very good hike, how was the reaction for them? Didn't it created this thought in their mind also that why we didn't started this journey, or they indeed started after looking at your success, they also started saying that, okay, now we will also do it, just a matter of time, maybe in next few months it will be our story and so on.
Yeah, most of my former coworkers reached out to me to switch domains in cybersecurity. And they say, I want to be a part of cybersecurity, how you did it, what you did, what are the important steps, what will you suggest me? So I got asked a lot of these questions.
But did people really acted on it? Because see, a lot of people take information, but this inertia of not doing something also stops a lot of people to achieve their true potential. So out of so many people who reached out to me, what is your sense? How many of them really acted, and how many of them just took this information and then they again went into their own life?
I think I have this girl over reaching out to me over LinkedIn, and she was also from TCS that time, not in the cybersecurity project. I guided her to be how to get to cybersecurity project. She got it. She got actually 2 cybersecurity projects. She changed it, and now she is, I think, working in any other company, not TCS, but as a security analyst. So yeah, she did acted upon it, but I don't know about anyone who acted on it.
So that is your satisfaction that at least somebody listened to you and they got some desired
Yeah.
results.
Yeah.
Now let's talk a little bit about when you decided to do a cybersecurity program. How did you went about selecting it? I know you are a Simplilearn student, so finally you selected Simplilearn. But what is your process like? On what criteria you decided that, okay, which program is suitable for you and which provider should you go and take up that program?
I searched for the course. I got many options, but I would say the key differentiators for selecting this course were, first of all, it was online and it was live. I had some people coming with the courses who had just pre-recorded sessions, and I did not wanted that. I wanted live classes, and I wanted my doubts to get cleared away that time only, rather than I just put them and stop them. So that was the first and foremost thing. Second thing I would say is the course is during the weekends. It really helped me a lot because I was working on weekdays, and then I can have my full focus on weekends for this course. Third, I would say if a person wants to dive deep into cybersecurity, the course, the curriculum, it is best for them. And one thing, while doing the course, I realized that the technical support the guys provide is really good. Once I remember between the class, my lab, there was some lab issue. I raised the query and I think it got fixed in 5 or 10 minutes. So I think the tech support is also great. 5 on 5 for that.
That's really great to know that you liked it. But let me understand this. See, you had a full-time job, 9 to 5. Weekend is generally for people to freshen up and look forward to the next week and spend their time to energize. And as young people, you also have your friend circle to hang out and go out. So how did you decided to work around that? I'm sure your friends must be saying that you're already out of the college. Why you're spending and doing this again? And you might have to miss some of those gatherings. So how did you went about managing that?
I had a lot of distractions, yes, but I believe that in your initial years of career, you should really be focusing on upskilling yourself. So this is what I was thinking at that time only, and this is what I think right now also, because in my initial years of career, I think it's really important for me to focus more and more on my skills and rather than something else. And the classes, they were conducted beautifully, I think, and I always looked forward to attend the classes. Actually, I never felt bored.
I'll tell you my own experience. So when people start learning and taking up courses while they have a job, there's a lot of perceptions on what you should do and what you should not do. So I'll give you an example of one of my own relatives. Right, he was doing a course, a similar kind of upskilling program, and then his elder brother had visited him to Bangalore, and his comment was कि बुढ़ापे में कौन कोर्स करता है? So they are not young like you. They are like he's in mid-40s and he has a kid going to school. He also does decent job at a very large company. So his brother, he was like, why are you doing it? We are here, we have come here, let's go out, let's do something else, see some sightseeing. Who does course at this age? So I'm sure for a young age also, when you're doing this kind of courses, there's always this feeling that you are missing out on life.
Yeah, there were lots of distractions. I mean, every weekend, my friends call up and say, let's go here, let's go there. And there were family functions, there were guests coming around. So there were lots and lots of distractions, but it was there in my mind that I have to do it. I have to learn, I have to upskill myself. And also, I believe that in your early years, you should really focus on the skills which you are acquiring, because your whole career will depend on those skills. And this, I consider these years as my initial years. So I was really ready to devote my extra time on weekends to the course and to the skills and not to the distractions. Whatever someone is saying, I don't listen to them. I kept my focus into one thing and did it.
Good. So and that determination has definitely helped you. So now tell me, Pragya, knowing you that you don't settle for what you have and you're always trying to achieve more. So what is next for you? You did a program, you got a cybersecurity job, you got a good high. What's next for you? What is that you're looking forward?
There are many plans which I have in my mind for myself and my career. Right now, I'm enjoying what I'm doing in my job. I'm constantly learning here, and hopefully one day I'll be able to execute all the plans that are up here.
Good. That's really great to know. So do you have any message that you might like to share with someone who was in your position or a newer version of you 3 years back? You are in final years college, you don't have a job yet, you don't know whether you are going to get a job off campus or not, especially current year where companies have gone very slow in hiring in India in particular. Lot of kids from very good colleges, brilliant kids, either they didn't get an offer or their offer was delayed, revoked and whatnot. What's going to be your message to them?
Okay, so my message would be to not get demotivated, be determined, choose one thing, choose one skill which you like, and read as much as you can, research as much as you can. There are everything you want available over the net these days. Do it, write articles, be very active on LinkedIn, communicate with the people you want to get into the field. And if you are feeling burned out, rest, stop, take mini vacations, meditate, read non-fiction books. Don't stress yourself too much, but also don't be in the comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone and get things done.
So thanks, Pragya. That's really great to know that. And thank you everyone for joining. As simple as that. As you saw, we spoke to Pragya today, and you can see from a story, few things are very clear. First is that never accept status quo. While she came out of the college, she didn't get a job. She didn't accept that and went out of her comfort zone to apply for off-campus drive to get a job, and she got an excellent job. While in the first job, she kept on looking for what more she can do, and she always had interest in cybersecurity. She did everything to get into that domain, be it speaking with colleagues from those projects within the company, doing a course that can give us more foundational knowledge, and in general, the credibility that she knows that particular area. So she did that. Now that she changed her job to grow again in the career, and it makes sense for people time to come out of a comfort zone and do something else. So moving company also is one such thing, right? Because in the same company, many times if you get very comfortable with the place, you get comfortable with the colleagues and projects and so on. So she did that, and now she's enjoying that particular role. But again, knowing her, I'm sure she's trying to think what more she can do to continue to grow in her career. And her advice are also very practical, that it's not only about pushing yourself all the time. You should also keep a balance of like doing something that interests you outside the work also, so that you all can relate to her story. And I'm sure she's more than open to help you out if any one of you reaches to her to get any specific advice that she can give it to you. So thank you everyone, and hope you like this conversation.